Lochoya sampo pagyo trashi pa tuche tempe trinle yar ngoda pelge drolor zampe tse parche palden lame shabla solwade Om Guru Vajradhara Sumatimo Nishasan Uta Vardanya Shribar Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Om Dara Sumatimo Nishas Uta Vardanya Shribar Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Om Guru Vajradhara Sumatim Uta Vardanya Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Om Guru Vajradhara Sumatimo Nishasaneka Uta Vardanya Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Om Guru Vajra Sumatimo Nishasan Uta Vardanya Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Om Guru Vajradhara Sumatimo Nishasan Uta Vardanya Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Om Guru Vajradhara Sumatimo Nishasanekar Uta Vardanya Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Dhagi Jitsun Lama Tuje Che Nyamda Dala Tuje Siksu So Gyebe Shesan Dala Tendo So Uyon Sunge Nawa Tsedo So Seji Ningne Sowa Debe Tse Techen Korlo Visu Lekshi Yila Sambe Dede Malupa Geme Lungi Drubra Chingelo Tsoni Sodan Diktun Shakpe Tse Dungi Namke Yinsu Lekshu Lapchen Tsoni Yonsu Tsopa Dan Chera Nyetun Changra Chingelo Chancho Pargi Ninsen Tukun Tu Nyu Peme Siudru Lekshun Chancho Drube Gegen Kunshi Shi Tungen Dela Drubra Chingelo Dagi Lona Chola Chokpa Dan Chomin Samjur Ngemba Shiwa Dan Chodan Tumpe Dede Malupa Beme Lungi Drubra Chingelo Dorna Tingne Tserawa Tamche Dan Techi Pardu Nega Rese Kyamne Lama Kele Me Tukje Chingi Dala Siksu So Gongyab Drewe Nyamda Dachala Jetsun Lame Tuje Rabgongne Kodan Sunge Nawa Dralme Tu Nyamsu Nyongwe Kesan Toprasho Kewa Kuntu Yanda Lama Dan Drame Chiki Pela Longche Chin Sadan Lamge Yunde Rabzone Dorje Change Kopa Nyur Toba Shoya Pakyuke Kuda Dagi Alu Pakyuke Sundan Dagi Nga Pakyuke Tudan Dagi Tön Yerme Chiktu Chingi Alu Makyuke Kuda Dagi Alu Makyuke Sundan Dagi Nga Makyuke Tudan Dagi Yi Tön Yerme Chiktu Chingi Alu Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Shakyamuni Shakyamuni Swaha Sashipeki Choshimeto Tramari Rabalingashi Nidegyempadi Sangye Shinto Mikte Ulawarki Kunanam Dashingla Chöpar Shoyedamang Guru Ratna Mindrala Kam Niryatayami Sangye Chodan Soge Chonam La Chancho Pardo Dani Kyapsu Chik Dagi Jinso Gibe Sonam Ki Drola Pinch Sangye Drupare Sho Sangye Chodan Soge Chonam La Chancho Pardo Dani Kyapsu Chik Dagi Chushe Gibe Sonam Ki Drola Pinchra Sangye Drupar Shua Sangye Chodan Tsogi Chonam La Chancho Pardo Dani Kyap Dagi Chushe Gibe Sonam Ki Drola Pinchra Sangye Drupar Shua. Nel Buddha, nel Dharma e nel Sangha prendo rifugio fino all'illuminazione. Con la pratica della generosità e delle altre perfezioni possa io ottenere lo stato di Buddha per il beneficio di tutti gli esseri senzienti. In the Buddha, Dharma and I take refuge until enlightenment. Through the practice of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. Haye ke dan ludan jinke rubunda dami ke namdan rowa kunge dhanam che tsampa tamche ke to dagi cheten to tamche ke to dagi cheten to. Buongiorno. Good morning. Okay. So, when saying so, I always remember Rinpoche. Because Rinpoche used to say that he liked to do in between things to say so, because in Tibetan so means to regenerate, so like NgalSo, no? So he would make this so in between. Anyhow, so. all of us, we are mostly made by habits. We mainly have many physical, verbal, mental habits, emotional habits. Habits means that what we do mainly out of a repetition and not so much based on our understanding. We give a lot of importance normally for our cognitive, let's say more conceptual mind, which is good. It's also important. But let's say that most of our life, actually, it is not defined by the conceptual part of our mind. Most of our life is defined by the habits that we create on a physical, verbal, mental, emotional level. Okay? So, then below the level, let's say on a more superficial level, we have our conceptual understanding, and inside of this we have the thoughts of what we need to do, what we need to avoid, what we want, and so on, but it's mainly conceptual thoughts. Then on deeper level, we have our habits and our emotions and more like our deeper levels of desires, attractions, aversions, and aspirations on a more non-conceptual level, where we have our habits. And under our habits, on a still deeper level, we have our imprints. The imprints are the predispositions that we bring with us. Okay? The predisposition is that which we take year after year, life after life. Okay? For example, when someone dies, this person is not taking from one life to the other the conceptual thoughts, is not taking from one life to the other the habits. The only thing that is going from one life to death, but the main thing that is going are the imprints. Okay? These predispositions that we have. And imprints are, interestingly, very similar to DNA. I speak on that without having that much knowledge about DNA, but from what I understood, DNA, it's mainly a predisposition. It doesn't have a characteristic of something that is determined. So when a person is born with a certain DNA, it doesn't mean that a person will experience certain characteristics. It means there is a potential. Then that potential, it interacts with the environment, external environment and internal environment, and according to the interaction with the environment, one predisposition or another, one potential or another will wake up. The first time I read about this was one lady that she did a research on genetically identical twins. That they were genetically identical from time of birth, but they grew up completely separated in different contexts, different families, different cultures even. So after 40 years of their life, she went back to look in the world, all around the world, this type of cases, and to see what happens to them, how much they are similar, how much they are different, and so on. And one of the points which she said was that DNA is something like, it's not deterministic, but it's probabilistic, it's something like that, in the sense that our probabilities are not certainties, what we have in our DNA. So basically, when we are born, we have certain predispositions according to the environment, and we have the external environment, which are the situations we go through, the people we meet, the places we live, and everything that interacts through our five senses externally. Then there is the internal environment, which are mainly our own emotions. And according to epigenetics, there is this idea that what mainly awakens one DNA or another, and what shapes the DNA also, is not the external environment also, but mainly the internal environment. So basically, every emotion, everything that is happening within us is also shaping our DNA. Okay, our DNA is changing. So now let's if we take away the word DNA and we use the word pakcha in Tibetan, which is the word used for the imprints that we take from life to life. It fits perfectly. The imprints are something that they are not something that it's a determination, it will happen. When we have a strong predisposition and imprint that we take from one life to the other, actually that imprints are there, and then it depends on the environment, which imprints we develop and which imprints not. Okay? That's why, for example, when there is a practitioner, like an important Lama, master, that have a very, very strong connection with the Dharma, a very, very, very deep and very positive imprints, this is the reason why normally the young lamas go for pilgrimage and then go for the monastery when they are still quite young and so on. The main reason is to wake up the imprints. Okay? This is one of the main reasons, no? And this reminds me also one time when Lama Michel Rinpoche was in India in the 60s. He had just left Tibet, was around 65, something like that. And he was going through a tough moment in his life. So Rinpoche was really not easy. I cannot say that Rinpoche was lost, but he was in a difficult moment. He had left everything that he had, all the certainties in Tibet. He was in India. He was sent to study Sanskrit in the university in Varanasi, which he really didn't like. It was not his thing to study Sanskrit in the university there. He passed through the exams because he was intelligent, not because he studied a lot. And he stayed some time with his guru, which was Son Rinpoche, which was living nearby on another university. He didn't have the money to eat 2 times a day, so he had 1 meal a day. And with the remaining money, he needed to choose or to eat or to go to see his guru on the other part of town. And for many contexts, it was a difficult moment. So in that period, he went to see Kyabche Trichan Rinpoche, who came to Varanasi, I think, that moment. And anyhow, during that period, he went to see Kyabche Trichan Rinpoche, his main guru. And he said to Kyabche Trichan Rinpoche, he said, "Look, I am sorry, but I think there was a mistake. You have said to me that I am the reincarnation of Kachen Sapen La, from a long line of realized masters. But if I am such a realized being, why am I here in this difficult situation? Why am I not, in some sort of pure land enjoying myself, Look around. There are so many people which are much better off than me. What do I have of special? I think I have nothing special, It was not a complaint, but Rinpoche was saying, I think there is a mistake, you give to me thing. And Trichan Rinpoche answered saying, first of all, I have any doubt whatsoever that you are the right reincarnation of Kachen Sapen La. Second, when anyone dies from one life to the other, you bring imprints. And a tulku, so this highly realized being that takes a rebirth with the intention, like it's not, a tulku is someone that is reborn not out of ignorance and without freedom of choice, but willingly in order to be of benefit for others. To take this rebirth with total awareness and with intention. He said, but a tulku, when he's born, until his imprints, his predispositions are not awakened, he may appear just like any ordinary person. Then, at one moment, according to conditions, the imprints may awaken or not, depends. So then Trichan Rinpoche said to Rinpoche, I have no doubt that you are about the reincarnation of Kachen Sapela, and you will see there is a moment all your imprints will awake, will come up. Then you can see that I am right. You know? And for our fortune, it happened. No? So, being very direct, sooner than later we are going to die. I don't know if you have any doubt of that. Okay? Sooner than later, even if we have a very long life, let's say we are all able to live beyond 100 years, because science have so many different advances and things and so on, and let's say that we are able to live until 150. Okay? Hopefully not how things are happening now, because nowadays people live longer, sicker. So hopefully we can have a long life and healthy. Not only physical health, but also mental health, because a long life with weak mental health is also not so easy. Anyhow, we'll go to another subject. But let's say we have a long life. It goes by so fast. Or not? Okay. And we live in a context in which, more and more we are with so much distraction that life goes by without even seeing it. I always remember the phrase of Atisha, from Atisha Dipankara Shrigyana, the master who brought, according to our lineage, Tibet Buddhism to Tibet. It was not the first time, but he brought from India to Tibet Buddhism also, which is depicted in my right side with a red head, on the beginning of the 11th century. There is one moment in which Atisha, in one of his teachings, he was giving a heart-to-heart advice. And he said something, translated it something like that. He said, during the day, we are distracted. During the night, we sleep. There are so many objects to be known, and life goes by so fast. So, and so then he was saying, so put energy in that which is meaningful. Don't waste your energy around. Because what is happening is that here we are, there are so many things that we can get distracted by, or not. There is positive things. Normally we have two main types of distractions. Objects of attraction and objects of aversion. We are busy getting angry, we are busy in discussing, we are busy in complaining. This shouldn't be like this, that shouldn't be like that, this is like this, and that is like that. Look how terrible is here, look how terrible is that. And we have all sorts of complaint, There are those that may complain because it's not true that the world is getting warmer, and all of this is just for whatever reason. And then on the other side, there is, many of us that they're complaining, we need to take better care of the environment, which I fully agree. And we are there criticizing this and that, and this is not good, and that is not good, and the other is not good. But we get busy with complaint, with aversion, on whatever level, independently of the object of the aversion. And then we also get very busy with attraction. I need this, I want that, and here and there. And one of the points of this is that when we are very busy with aversion, we are not necessarily busy with solution. Okay? One thing is being busy with the solution. Another thing is being busy with the aversion. I don't know if it's clear. It's like, I see many times, it's interesting. There is a situation which is not so good, and then there is a group of people that they are there, each one saying why the situation is not okay and how it should be solved and so on, when actually just take 10 minutes for two people to go there and make it happen. It's like, someone falls and needs help to go up. Oh, geez, we need to wake up like this, help like this. Oh, if someone hurts himself, you need to help in this way. No, you need to help in that way and this and that. And we can stay hours talking. And someone is there doing something and, he's not helping rightly and this and that. We're just making ourselves busy with attractions and aversions instead of making ourselves busy with the solution. Okay? And then we have the moments in which we are busy with distraction. So basically there are three main defilements. We have attraction, unlimited attachment and desire, aversion, anger, hatred, and so on. And then there is the mental blockage, like this state in which we don't clearly see anything, not aversion or attraction, but we are just like stoned out somehow. And this is, for example, by distraction, entertainment. As I said yesterday or the other day, I don't remember now, I had this experience, myself going on the phone and remaining in this sort of samadhi, this meditative concentration state. I'm just being sarcastic with myself, and this is a state, there is no particular attraction, no particular aversion, just the mind like, nothing. That's not good either. So what happens is that our life goes by very fast. During the night we sleep. During the day we are busy and distracted. And life goes by. And then one day, as Rinpoche said once, this body is like a hotel room. At one day we need to do checkout. Then we make a short travel, and then we do check-in again on another room, some other hotel. And we haven't really made much use of this, because the important thing is not the hotel room or the view. The important thing is who is inside the hotel room that is going to travel to the next hotel room. That's what we really need to take care. So our conceptual thoughts, goodbye. We can become the greatest scholars of all times. One day we are reborn, we are there, we are finished, We can have very good habits. That's already better. But if it's not on the level of our imprints, it's not going to go to the next life with us. So that's truly where we need to work. Okay? So similar to the DNA, what changes the DNA? External environment and internal environment. That's the terminology that I heard. Internal environment are basically our emotions and thoughts, but mainly our emotions. Non-conceptual thoughts, let's call it like that. Same is with our imprints. Our emotions, our thoughts, and every action we do, on one level it makes an imprint, but the internal are more powerful than the external. They make imprints in our lives. So, it doesn't matter much what we do in our life, because one day we die and it's done, it's finished. The important thing is who we become. How we transform ourselves as life goes by. And one fundamental part of this is the direction that we give. Because the direction determines the path. It's like, what determines which road I take? Mainly the place that I want to go. That's what is telling which road I am taking, no? And when it's something internal, not external, we cannot somehow fake, I'm taking this road, but I really don't know if I want to go there, but anyhow I take this road. It doesn't work like that. It's like we cannot fake something to ourselves. And what determines the direction that we take is our motivation. We go so often talking about motivation, but the basis of motivation basically is, what do I want? Where am I going? And when talking about motivation, having this clearly aspiration, what do we want? On the basis of our system, on the basis of ourselves, we have basically two forces. which is behind every motivation, which is attraction and aversion. Okay? We are not able to be beyond it. And on the basis, we don't want to suffer and we want to be happy. So the main question, which someone may say, oh, Lama, come on, repeating the same thing always. Yes. Because it needs to go deep into us, not only on a conceptual level. It's a simple, yet not easy question to answer, not on a conceptual level, is, what is suffering? What do we want to avoid? And what is happiness? What do I want for myself or for others, which is not a bad thing. But what do I think is good and what do I think is bad? And making it short. Most of the times we see as suffering the suffering of suffering, which basically is physical suffering and mental suffering. That's what we want to avoid mainly. Or not. If I would give you right now the possibility, I give you 2 cards, no? You can choose, card 1 and B. The first one, I give you right away, pleasurable, easy samsara. Which means you have no more physical suffering, no more mental suffering, enjoy your life. Other one, I give you certain nirvana, but take time and hardship. Which one would you choose? I'm quite sure that most of us would choose the first one. Okay, at least let's enjoy now. When finished, I can go to nirvana still, But in the meantime, imagine no more physical pain, no more mental suffering, no more anxiety, no more fear. Even if it doesn't last forever, at least for some time, I have some holiday of my own, samsara, wow. Which is basically being reborn in the Deva realms, okay? But then one day it finishes, and then again we are back into the same situation. So we really need to ask ourselves, is it enough? And I will make one metaphor just to help us understand better. Imagine that we have in front of us something that really stinks. Very bad smell. Okay, imagine whatever you like. Okay, something that you really don't like. Okay. So we have one moment, which is where the smell is really strong. And when the smell is strong, we want everything to avoid the smell, right? So what we do is we cover it. And then we take some perfume and we put perfume on top. So in the moment that we cover and we put perfume, or we put perfume here under our nose and we cover ourselves, This reminds me, when we were one time in the monastery in Tibet, in NgalSo Rinpoche monastery, we were a group like 60 people at least. And we had one toilet, and there was no running water. And one of the techniques that many people developed, they will put a sort of mask with essential oils under it here, to go to the toilet. Okay? So, some maybe do some practice of pranayama to hold the breath before going to the toilet, But basically, what was happening was that you cover. Imagine that you have something that really smells bad, and then you cover it for some time, you cover your nose, or you put some perfume around, and then it has a nice smell. Okay, it's done. But sooner or later, what will happen? The effect will fade away, and the smell will come back again. And if it's something rotten, the longer we leave there trying just to cover it and putting smell, normally the smell will get, in time, worse and worse. Okay? So the suffering of suffering is when the smell is strong and we can feel it. That's the suffering of suffering. Okay? That's basically when our body and mind, polluted by our
mental defilements and karma, it's manifesting its results. And when this happens, we want to avoid it in the best way of our abilities, right away. Putting the perfume and covering it is what we call the suffering of change. It's when we get some pleasure, we do some things, whatever, we find ways in order to avoid our own suffering. So basically, our own mental defilements and our own karma, it doesn't manifest as suffering for some time. We're able to cover it with some nice perfume. Okay? But what happens is that it is still there. So, the fact that the thing that stinks is still there even when covered is called the all-pervasive suffering. Which basically is, as long as the rotten material is there, it will stink sooner or later. And there is a moment in which we understand and we say, okay, it is not enough to put perfume. I need to clean it up. And it's going to be messy. It's not pleasurable. Because, to clean the mess, we get our hands dirty, or not. And if we have something that stinks a lot, to clean it, it's not pleasurable. Okay? So, what stinks in ourselves? Basically, it's what we call our own samsara. It's called all-pervasive suffering, which the definition is the body and mind polluted by ignorance, anger, aversion, hatred, insatisfaction, unlimited desire, unlimited attention, attachment, jealousy, envy, fear, selfishness, and ultimately ignorance. Then, together with this, we have our karma, which means action. We act out of these defilements. So these two things together make our body and mind, let's call dirty. Okay? And sometimes it stinks. Sometimes we put some perfume on top. Or we cover our mouth and nose. Okay? But sooner or later the effect finishes and it goes back. So it is important to understand what is behind and say, it doesn't matter, the perfume is nice, but it's not enough. I really need to take it off. But to look at our own self, truly, not just conceptually, to look at our own eyes, to see our own anger, to see our own attachment, to see our own selfishness, and to say, okay, I am done with it. That's enough. I don't want any more. I am not here for this anymore. It takes courage. It takes strength. And it's not necessarily pleasurable. But the result is good. So on the basis of our motivation, that's where we need. We need to be able to look upon our own selves and say, I got enough of perfume. It's good, I like it, but that's enough. If we do another metaphor, it's like a sickness. When the symptom is coming, is the suffering of suffering. When we are able to do something to block the symptom, is the suffering of change. But if the sickness is still there, sooner or later the symptom will manifest again. And we need to heal the cause of the sickness, not just the symptom. So when we talk about what do I want, on a deeper level, it's important for us to cultivate this aspiration, this desire, this passion, in which I say, I want to be truly in peace with myself and others. Independently of the situation I am, whatever is happening. And to do that, I need to cultivate positive habits and imprints, and I need to stop nourishing the negative habits and imprints. That's the only way. Because if I clean from one side and make dirty from the other, it doesn't really work. So I need to cultivate positive habits that brings me well-being and peace. And I need to stop nourishing the negative ones, and then slowly, slowly they fade away also. And the two together, they work. So this comes from our motivation. What do I want? And then the next step of the motivation, which is very important, is when we are able truly to have clarity what we want for ourselves, then we look to others and we say, and what do I want for them? And we come to the conclusion we want the same for them. Okay? And then this comes to the point where there is a little frustration. How can I help others? Which comes to the conclusion the only true way of helping others is first helping ourselves. I cannot help someone to be peaceful if I am not peaceful. I cannot help someone to get out of samsara when I am still trapped deeply within. I cannot help someone to be patient when I am not patient. Okay? So from this comes what we call the bodhicitta. I want strongly, deeply, I have this sort of passion for getting out of my own samsara, for developing my qualities to their maximum potential. In other words, to reach Buddhahood. Why? Because I want to help each and every sentient being to get out of suffering. In order to be able to connect with this motivation, it doesn't come, for most of us, it doesn't come spontaneously. We need to generate it. We need to remind ourselves. Okay? And in order to do that, we need to do the generation of the motivation in a non-automatic way. Otherwise, we begin our practice and we do Namo Gurubhye, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Trirat, and we even may put the eyes little up to see like if we are really concentrated, but our mind is going who knows where. So it's very important that we really need to do in the beginning of the practice, why am I here? I cannot fool myself. I cannot just do, and the point is not being a good practitioner. The point is practicing well. Because I need to change deeply my imprint. I need to, be able to make change in my habits. So, in order to do this, to generate a good motivation, we need mental clarity. If our mind is not clear, we will not be able to generate a clear motivation and intention, and then the rest will not come along. So the first step in our practice is we bring our mind to a more peaceful and clear state. We calm down from distractions. And then in this peaceful place and environment, then we generate clearly our motivation. What do I want? Where am I going? Okay? So, we do now the practice together with these two parts. Okay? What we need to be careful is we need to try to not allow our own meditation practice, our own spiritual practice to become a sort of an automatic habit. It's very good to have the habit of the practice. That's wonderful. But it's not good when it becomes something sort of automatic that we just recite without really touching our heart. Okay? It's like, how to say? Imagine we enter a car and we go to drive. One thing is that we actually drive on the road. The other thing is we put the GPS, and then, when we put the GPS, there is this function which I think nobody uses, but you can make a preview of the path. And then it's showing you step by step what will happen on that way. And then maybe we put that, and there we are looking, oh yes, I'm going here and there, but we are not moving. If we recite so much and we do all this, but we are not touching ourselves, there is some benefit, yes, we are getting used with the map, but we are not really walking. And it's good to be used with a map, but we need to walk. And to do that, we need to touch our heart. We need to make the movement come from inside. It needs to be something happening in our feelings, happening in our guts, not happening in our mind only. Okay? And for that we need to give time. So the repetition in time, in one way, helps for that, but there is a danger, which in Tibetan is called chotek, which the metaphor that was given, the example that is given by Kyabche Papunka Dechen Nyingpo, is like a container of leather, that when you put the butter inside the leather container, in the very beginning it absorbs all the fat. But after you keep it for a long time inside butter, when you take out the butter and you put new butter inside, the leather doesn't absorb anymore any fat. Okay? So it becomes like waterproof. So similar to that, when we repeat for a long time the same verses and we do the same thing, there is a point where there is the danger, not the certainty, but the danger that we become not sensitive anymore to it. No? That's even from where comes this saying in Tibetan, which it's quite hard actually, but I don't know if everywhere Tibetans use this, but in the big monasteries I know it's a terminology that is used. When someone does something not well done, let's say you are cleaning the gompa, but you just do like this without really putting your attention into it, it is said, oh, you did this job for the benefit of all sentient beings. So when you do something for the benefit of all sentient beings, means you didn't do it well. You didn't do it with awareness. Why it is said like that? Because when we do the prayer, in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, I take refuge into enlightenment. Through the practice of generosity and the other perfections, may I reach enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. What is there for lunch today? You know? So somehow we get a habit of reciting it so many times that one moment it doesn't touch us anymore. It doesn't move our heart. It doesn't go deeper into us. And this is something we shouldn't allow. Okay? So it's a sort of sarcastic remark that the Tibetan monks do to themselves, okay? But we shouldn't allow this. Papunga Rinpoche describes, Pongka Dechen Nyingpo describes, it should be similar to, for example, when you are extremely sad. Let's say we are sad that someone that we loved very much died. And then someone comes and starts talking about that person to us. Things that we already know about that person. There is nothing new. Okay, yes, the person died and this and that and so on. The more we talk about it, what happens to our emotion of sadness? It gets stronger or weaker? The moment we talk about it. Stronger. Or if there is a strong object of aversion, and someone comes and talks about the object of aversion, the anger gets lesser or stronger? Stronger. Okay? Similar to that, when we talk about the object of compassion and love and faith, our love and compassion and faith should get stronger. Okay? But we shouldn't allow this to go just on an automatic way. Okay? And it has nothing to do with the danger for the Western modern world. This is something that has been like this since always. So we need to be careful also ourselves. Okay? That's why it's important to cultivate well the motivation, to prepare this basis really well. And what is very interesting is that when we have a solid basis, then the rest goes very smoothly. It's like making a solid basis for the practice is basically like having a boat, is moving the boat from the ground to the water. Once the boat goes in the water, then it just simply sails more smoothly, no? But when we need to pull and push and pull the boat on the ground, it's much more difficult. So making a good basis with mental clarity and presence and the right motivation and so on, with this we are like taking the boat into water. Then when we start the other part of the practice, then it goes smoothly. Okay? This is something that why I put a lot of emphasis coming back into that part again and again. Okay? So now let's do it together. We will do what we did yesterday, the 9-cycle breathing and the meditation on our channels and so on. And then from that we will connect to the generation of the motivation. And the visualizations on that part, I will not describe them now. I describe them as we do the practice together. Okay? So we sit in a comfortable position with our back straight but not tense. Our shoulders are relaxed. Our head is slightly forward. Our mouth is relaxed. Our eyes slightly closed, looking downwards. We allow ourselves to be present at the present moment as we bring our attention to our own breath. We allow our breath to be natural as we gently place our attention in the air going in and the air going out. In the space in front of us is our own root guru, inseparable of every Buddha. Guru Buddha smiles at us. We have a body of light with a central channel, a left and a right channel. Inside our channels are the tensions, like the energy garbage created by our own defilements and actions, such as ignorance, selfishness, hatred, aversion, attachment, desire, and so on. On our central channel are the blockages and sort of energetic garbage created mainly by our ignorance and selfishness. On our right channel are that created by our unlimited attachment and desire and satisfaction. On our left channel are those created mainly by our aversion, hatred, resentment, and so on. As we inhale and exhale, we observe and recognize the tensions created in our body and mind out of our own previous manifestations of anger, and so on. As we inhale and exhale. We request Guru Buddha's blessings to help us through the 9-cycle breathing exercise to clear away this energetic garbage, these inner tensions that were created in the past and accumulated up to the present. As we do the exercise and inhale, light emanates from the heart of Guru Buddha, entering through our nostril and cleaning up our channels. As we exhale, all our tensions and energetic garbage goes away in the form of smoke that dissolves into space. We do the Vajra Fist and follow the 9-cycle breathing. Our central channel is clean and clear, and so are our left and right channel. Gently, we place our attention at our whole body as a body of light. As we keep awareness of our own breath, and we allow it to become slowly deeper. We observe our body as a body of light. As we inhale and exhale, gradually we bring our attention more and more towards inside of us, into our own central channel. We can see clearly our central channel strong and straight, and we go more and more near to it, until we allow ourselves to enter our own central channel. When observing it from outside, it seems small, thick as an arrow, white in the outside, red in the inside. As we go deeper and deeper into it, more and more near, we see it becoming larger and larger. As we enter it and we go deeper into its center, it becomes extremely wide. We enter this peaceful and joyful place, where we meet the state of infinite inner space. We rest ourselves within this inner peace and bliss state, inside the center of our central channel. As we inhale and exhale.
Gradually, we bring our attention into the central channel as we look upwards and then downwards. And slowly we get out of the central channel and we can see our whole body of light. As we look upon ourselves, we can see very clearly how much we wish to be in peace. We desire, we aspire from the depths of our hearts to be in a state of peace and joy, of harmony, that is independent of the conditions that we meet, that the place where we are, the people we meet, the situations we go through. And as we look upon ourselves, we can see clearly that for as long that we are driven by our own ignorance and selfishness, and we act with anger and hatred and insatisfaction and jealousy and so on, for that long, inevitably, there will be suffering. Without hesitation, we wish to get out of our own samsara, to get out of this cycle of defilements and karma and actions and results. We truly wish to experience and to live by a profound state of peace. But wishing is not enough. In order to do that, we see that clearly we need to cultivate our love, compassion, stability, patience, and ultimately wisdom. And we need to stop nourishing and eliminate our own defilements. And to do that, we do need help. We need help to change our habits. We need help to be shown the path to follow. We need blessings to help ourselves to walk on such path to enlightenment. We look in the space in front of us and we see our own root guru, Guru Buddha, smiling at us, inseparable of all Buddhas. Guru Buddha smiles at us with great love and care and presence. We feel a profound trust in Guru Buddha in the same way as Guru Buddha trusts us on the path. Guru Buddha loves us in an unconditional way, and we connect to that love and we feel it towards Guru Buddha also. Deeply and strongly we request Guru Buddha, and together with all Buddhas and holy beings, please, please help me. I want to get out of samsara, not only for my own benefit, but also for the benefit of others, because I need to help them, and for that I need first to help myself. So please, please, please bless me. Please grant me refuge and show me the path. We take refuge in the Guru. We take refuge in the Buddha. We take refuge in the actual path as we take refuge in the Dharma. And we take refuge in the spiritual company of support during our path as we take refuge in the Sangha. From the 5 chakras of Guru Buddha, white, red, blue, yellow, and green light manifests, absorbing at our own 5 chakras, granting us refuge, blessing our body, speech, and mind, creating the conditions for us to develop our qualities and to follow the path with all the necessary blessings and conditions. We feel loved, cared, we feel safe as we receive refuge from Guru Buddha, from Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Namo Guru Bhye Namo Buddha Namo Dharmaya Namo Sangaya Namo Guru Bhye Namo Buddhaya Namo Dharmaya Namo Sanghaya Namo Guru Bhye Namo Buddhaya Namo Dharmaya Namo Sanghaya Namo Triratnaya. With the strong determination to get out of samsara, we feel strongly that we have all the necessary resources to do it. With the blessings and receiving refuge from Guru, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. We rejoice upon it. We observe around us and we see so many sentient beings. All those that we know, our friends, family, people that we work with, people that we know well or not so well. And we look upon each one of them, humans and animals and insects and spirits. And we look upon others around us that surrounds us in our lives in so many contexts. Don't need to go too far. Just look at those that we normally interact with. And as we look upon them, we see that they are trapped within their own samsara, their own all-pervasive suffering, just as we are. We see clearly that each one of them do what they do, trying in the best of their abilities to be happy, guided by their own ignorance, just as we do. For a moment, we allow ourselves to go beyond our own selfishness. We let go that strong grasping that we have for the I and the my.
And we allow ourselves to see those that surround us and those that surround them, and so on. And from a profound and sincere place in our heart, as we look upon the others, we say to them, your happiness is as important to me as my own. Your suffering is as important to me as my own. The same way that I wish to be happy and not to suffer, I wish the same for you. And I will do, starting from this very right moment, whatever I can, whatever is in my abilities, independently of the necessary effort I need to put into it, in order to help you to be happy and not to suffer. I wish deeply and strongly that each and every one that surrounds me and that surrounds them, and so on, to experience a profound state of peace, free from all defilements and suffering. We bring the attention back towards ourselves, and we see clearly that the only real way to help others is first by helping ourselves, by first getting ourselves out of samsara. The only way to truly help others is becoming a Buddha ourselves. In other words, to develop our qualities, to eliminate our defilements. And so, we must do it. Just as all the bodhisattvas in the past that became Buddhas developed the intention to help others, so-called pure bodhicitta, and practiced on the path, perfecting on generosity, on morality, on patience, on joyful effort, on concentration and wisdom. So I will do the same. I commit myself to follow the path of the bodhisattva in order to help every sentient being to get out of suffering. We hold strong to that intention. We commit ourselves fully. In the presence of Guru Buddha and of every sentient being. Sangye chedan soge chanam la chancho pardo dani kyapso chi dagi jinso gibe sonam ki drola pinchra sangye drupar sho sangye chedan soge chanam la chancho pardo dani Dagi jinso gibe sonam ki drola pinchra sangye drupar sangye chodan soge chonam la janchu kyapsu chi dagi jinso gibe sonam ki drola pinchra sangye Druparashum. In the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, I take refuge until enlightenment. Through the practice of generosity and the other perfection, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. As we inhale and exhale. We bring the result into the path. Guru Buddha in front of us smiles at us. And just like when one flame of a candle starts from another,
an emanation of Guru Buddha comes towards us, enters through our crown, into our central channel, looking in the same direction as us, and gently descends inside our central channel, sitting at our heart chakra on top of an 8-petaled lotus with a sun and a moon cushion. As Guru Buddha sits in our heart, our body, speech and mind on a very subtle level melts and unites and becomes one and inseparable with that of Guru Buddha. Our mind is overwhelmed with the love and wisdom and the peace of Guru Buddha. We allow ourselves to go beyond our own ordinary identity, and we rest our mind in the mind of Guru Buddha. We rest our body in the body of Guru Buddha. We allow ourselves to become one and inseparable in the same nature. We look around us and we see all other beings, our friends, family, people we know, we don't know. There are so many animals and all forms of life. From our heart, inseparable of the heart of Guru Buddha, light and nectar emanates, going to every sentient being. As it arrives at every sentient being, it transforms in what they need the most, bringing food to those that are hungry, water to those that are thirsty, coolness to those that are in heat, and warmth to those that are cold, healing to those that are sick, and so on. Then the lights come again and bring them the Dharma, bring them protection and love, and ultimately transforms into the teachings of Dharma, allowing each one of them to be taken on the path to enlightenment and to follow them and guide them as they develop love towards themselves, love towards others, ultimately getting out of their own suffering and reaching a profound state of peace. As the light and nectar emanates from our heart and reach every sentient being, they come back and reabsorb into our own heart. Simchen tamchen dewa dan dewe gyudan dempra kyurchi Simchen tamche dunga dan dunga ki gyudan trawara kyurchi Simchen tamche dunga mepe dewa dangmi trewara kyurchi Simchen tamche nyerin chadan nidan drewe tang nyomla nepra kyurchi Simchen tamche lusem gi dunga le soshin chayum lusen dewa dan dempra kyurchi Simchen tamche NgalSo topchi china nechu koryo tanshin tsangmara ne gyurchi Simchen tamche dan zambu lingi kendro tad chinangi shide ta tukun dempara kyurchi. As every being around us is in a state of peace, all the lights and nectar reabsorb into our heart. We look upon Guru Buddha and we have a clear intention beyond our aspiration and intention. We truly, by every means, want every sentient being to be in peace. And we will do everything necessary for that. We must become a Buddha ourselves to be in service and help every sentient being to get out of suffering. And for that reason, we will now do the practice of NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing. Guru Buddha in front of us dissolves into a beautiful golden light. Guru Buddha comes towards us, the light comes towards us, enters through our forehead, fills our central channel, expands through our body, and from our body it expands through the whole universe, as everything dissolves into light. There is nothing more than an infinite emptiness, empty of inherent existence, inseparable of a profound, great bliss. And we are the union of great bliss and emptiness. In an instant, the universe reappears. We appear with a body of light. From our heart, light emanates, purifying the whole environment, and then reabsorbing back into our heart. In the space in front of us appears an ocean of offerings. Tamche duni sashida sengma laso me padan lakti tanyam bendurye ranshin champo negiruchi lhadami chepetse ngosum shadan yikitru kunsan chutin laname namke kankun kyab kyurchi Omo namo bhagavate bensa sarva pramadane tatagataya arahate samya sambuddhaya tayata Om benze benze ma tetsa benze ma vidya benze ma bodhi chitta ben maha bodhi mandupa sangramana ben sarva karma avarana vishuddhana benze svoha Kuncho sumki dembadan sangye dan chanchusem Tamche gichingi labdan tsonyi yonso tsope ngadan chimbodan chiki yin nambra thakchin samgim Topki teshini to kyorchi. In the space in front of us, above the ocean of offerings, appears Guru Buddha. Guru Buddha is in the aspect of our own root Guru, inseparable of all our gurus and of all Buddhas and holy beings of the three times. Guru Buddha is seated upon a beautiful throne upheld by 8 lions with a lotus seat, a sun and a moon cushion. Most of all, Guru Buddha smiles at us. He's holding Vajra and bell in the hugging mudra. In each one of his 5 chakras is one of the 5 Dhyani Buddhas, showing that his body and mind are completely pure, that his aggregates are perfectly pure, that his qualities are fully developed and free from any defilement. At the crown chakra of Guru Buddha is Buddha Vairochana, white in color, with the mudra of teaching the Dharma. At the throat chakra of Guru Buddha is Buddha Amitabha, red in color with the mudra of meditative concentration. At the heart chakra of Guru Buddha is Buddha Akshobhya, blue in color with the mudra of stability. At the navel chakra of Guru Buddha is Buddha Ratnasambhava, yellow in color with the mudra of supreme generosity. And at the secret chakra of Guru Buddha is Buddha Amoghasiddhi, green in color with the mudra of no fear. At the crown of Guru Buddha, inside the heart of Buddha Vairochana is the 6-syllable Om. At Amitabha, at the throat, there is an A. At Akshobhya, at the heart, there is a Hum. At the navel, a Tram. And at the secret chakra of Guru Buddha, there is a Ri. From the depths of our heart, with sincerity, with clear intention, we request the wisdom being of Guru Buddha and of every Buddha and Bodhisattva and Dakas and Dakinis and protectors of the Dharma, of every holy being, to come here right now at this very right moment, to help us, to bless us. Please come here in this very right place, in this very right moment, in order to be our field of merit, for us to purify our negativities, to accumulate merit, to bless our 5 chakras, to bless our body, speech, and mind, so that we can develop our own qualities in order to help every sentient being to get out of suffering. O Guru Buddha and every holy being, your main wish and intention is that of helping others. So please come here now, look upon me with compassion. I am ready to follow this path, so please bless me. From the heart of Guru Buddha in front of us, from the syllable Hum, light emanates. It goes to the 10 directions, going to every holy being and inviting them to come here. Every Buddha is touched by the light in their heart. They receive our invitation and request, and an emanation of them come to this very right place. From the depths of our heart, we make request, as light emanates from the heart of Guru Buddha, to each and every holy being to come here to bless us. All holy beings have the ability to communicate from mind to mind. And so, in a sincere and intense manner, we request their presence. Please come here right now. Ma lu sem chen kun gi gong gyur chi du de pong che mi ze chom ze la na ma lu yan da ken gyur pe chom den kor che ne dir shek su
Buddha and every holy being accepts our request. An emanation of each one of them come to this very right place as a rain of wisdom beings. Some of them are big as mountains, others are small as atoms. And each and every one, without exception, just like snow falling on the sea, where every flake is absorbed by water gently, each and every emanation absorbs into Guru Buddha visualized in front of us. Guru Buddha in front of us, present here, becomes inseparable of each and every holy being, each and every wisdom being. Om Guru Buddha Bodhisattva Dharma Pala Sapariware Ehyahi Zahong Bamaho Yeshe Panam Thamse Pada Nisume Parakyu. In the actual presence of Guru Buddha, not a simple visualization, but inseparable of every holy being, we pay respect as we prostrate with body, speech, and mind. We make outer, inner, secret, and emptiness offerings. We openly admit every negative action we have ever done of body, speech, and mind, as we request Guru Buddha's blessings to have the clarity and strength not to repeat such actions again. We rejoice deeply for the virtuous actions and qualities of every holy being of Guru Buddha and every sentient being, including ourselves. We request Guru Buddha from the depths of our hearts to grant us refuge and to continue to take care of us from now until enlightenment, to guide us with the holy Dharma, to be with us and to guide us with the Dharma at every word we say, every choice we make, every thought we have, in this life, at our own death, in the bardo, and in every future rebirth. We dedicate every positive action, every merit we here generate and that we will generate in the future, and those that we have generated in the past, for the great enlightenment of ourselves and every sentient being. Gosung gube gune chatse lo ngoshan yidru chepa malubu tome nesa dikton tamche sha kepa gewa namla jeira korwa maton pardo lekshune drola chuki korlo korwa da dashengenan chanchu chemborngo. From the depths of our hearts, we request Guru Buddha's blessings, in particular, to bless our body, speech, and mind, and specifically to bless our 5 chakras, so that we may be able to develop our qualities to their maximum potential and eliminate our defilements. We offer the whole universe as a pure environment, as a request for blessings. Sashipu ki choshimeto Tramare rabalingashi nide gempadi sangye shinto mikte ulawarki drokunam dashin la che
Yi Dam Guru Ratna Mineral Kam Niryatayami. As Guru Buddha accepts our requests with a beautiful smile, light and nectar emanates from his 5 chakras, absorbing at our own chakras. First, bringing us the blessings of the lineage at our crown, throat, and heart with white, red, and blue light and nectar, bringing all the blessings of body, speech, and mind of Guru Buddha and of the complete lineage up to Buddha Shakyamuni and Buddha Vajradhara. Then blessing our body, speech, quality, and action, blessing particularly our 5 chakras, creating the conditions for us to develop our qualities related to the 5 Dhyani Buddhas. Locho sampo pagyu trashi pa tuche tempe trinle yarmoda pege drolor zampe tse parache pande lame shabla solvade. Oma Guru Vajradhara Sumati Muni Shasane Karma Uta Vardanya Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Hong Hong. Oma Guru Vajradhara Sumati Muni Shasane Karma Uta Vardanya Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Hong Hong. Om Guru Vajradhara Sumati Muni Shasane Karma Uta Vardanya Shri Bhad Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Hong Hong. Om Guru Buddha Siddhi 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 Hong. At our crown chakra, we purify space. The clear space elements allow the other elements to interact correctly. At our secret chakra, we purify wind. As wind blows, starting from the sole of our feet, green in color with the sound of yam. The wind moves upwards from the soles of our feet through our legs, concentrating in our secret chakra, entering from the bottom of our from the bottom of our central channel, entering into the central channel. As the winds absorb into our central channel, they ignite the fire, red in color with Ram, at our navel chakra. The fire grows, moving upwards, purifying and heating the earth at our heart, yellow with the sound of Lam. The earth gets warmer and warmer, purifying and heating the water, white with the sound of Bam at our throat chakra. The water, it's purified and evaporates. As it boils and evaporates, it reaches our crown, where it melts the white bodhicitta, condenses, and descends through our whole body as a rain of nectar. As it descends through our body, it descends mainly through our central channel, and on every chakra the bliss nectar enters every subtle energy channel, filling our whole body with bliss. As the bliss descends, as the nectar descends from the crown, from the top to the bottom of the central channel, the intensity of the bliss becomes higher and higher. And through this state of bliss, whatever tensions and negativities have been created in the past, whatever tensions remained from our own defilements, are completely purified. We experience profound, great bliss. Eyam Ram Lam Bam Ho Shude Shude Swaha. As we are overwhelmed by bliss, we can see clearly that bliss itself and our own self and all phenomena, everything appears to us as if it existed independently, autonomously, objectively. But we know that's not true. Everything exists in a complex interdependence, out of causes and conditions, depending on its own parts and relations. And nothing exists independently of the relation with the observer, of the name and meaning attributed to it. Within a state of great bliss, we can perceive clearly that nothing exists out of their own characteristics. Everything is interdependent, and so is empty of an autonomous, independent, inherent existence as it appears to us. Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddha. Within the state of great bliss, we see clearly that every phenomena is of a pure nature as it lacks inherent existence, and so are we. As we rest our mind in the union of great bliss and emptiness, gradually the elements dissolve. We lose contact with the outer world. Our five senses fade away, and everything dissolves into light. As we dissolve into the central channel and into the indestructible drop of our heart, entering into clear light. There is nothing more than an infinite emptiness, full of light, empty of inherent existence, inseparable of great bliss, and we are the union of great bliss and emptiness within clear light, the very subtle level of existence of ourselves. We rest ourselves in such state. In order to help others, we must interact with them. And so we manifest ourselves with a gross body. In an instant, the universe reappears. We appear seated on a lotus flower with a sun and a moon cushion. We have a beautiful body of light with one face and two arms, a strong central channel, a weaker right and left channel, and 5 chakras perfectly balanced. In the space in front of us, it's always there Guru Buddha smiling at us. At our 5 chakras appears the lotus flowers. At our secret chakra, it's a green lotus flower. The lotus flower is at the center of our central channel. And each petal, it's opening towards one of the energy channels that starts from that chakra and go towards our body in different parts of it. There is a green lotus with 32 petals at the secret chakra, yellow lotus with 64 petals at the navel, blue lotus with 8 petals at the heart, red lotus with 16 petals at the throat, and white lotus with 32 petals at the crown. Pamle pema chango, pamle pema chango, pamle pema serpo, pamle pema serpo, pamle pema ngompo, pamle pema ngom, pamle pema marpo, pema marpo, pamle pema karpo, pamle pema karpo. Inside the lotus flowers appears the 6 syllables, like a dot of light that vibrates with the sound, symbolizing our own potential of enlightenment. White Om at the crown, red A at the throat, blue Hung at the heart, yellow Tram at the navel, and green Ri at the secret chakra. Om A Hung Tram Ri. From the 6 syllables, light emanates, going to old Buddhas and making offerings to them, going to all sentient beings and guiding them towards enlightenment, bringing them to a state of peace. The light reabsorbs back into the 6 syllables, and by the power of the merits that we generate, our qualities develop, and from the 6 syllable they transform into the symbols, and from the symbols they transform into the Buddhas, symbolizing our qualities developed at their maximum potential. Rile natso dorje changu ri tramle norbu serpo tram honle dorje ngompo hong ale pema marpo a omle korlo karpo om korlo nanse dorje apema che dorje hon dorje mikyo dorje tram norbo rinchun dorje re natso dorje toyun dorje. Lama Tunyun dorje kin. At our secret chakra, with the blessings of Supreme Healer Guru Buddha Moga Siddhi, we purify all the negativities related to the secret chakra, especially fear, jealousy, and envy, in the form of dark green garudas, smoke, and dirt. We receive all the blessings of Supreme Healer Guru Buddha Amoghasiddhi in the form of green light and nectar that fills our body and revitalizes our qualities that we fully develop, such as the power of realization, the certainty in every action, rejoicing, the happiness for the happiness and virtues of others. Om Moga Siddhi Hong, Om Moga Siddhi Hong, Om Moga Siddhi Hong, Om Moga Siddhi Hong, Om Moga Siddhi Hong. Lama Rinpoche Dorje Kin. At our navel chakra, with the blessings of Supreme Healer Guru Buddha Ratna Sambhava, yellow in color with the mudra of supreme generosity, we eliminate and purify all negativities related to the navel chakra, especially our arrogance, miserliness, and all sicknesses related to the navel chakra in the form of dark yellow horses, smoke, and dirt. Receive all the blessings of Supreme Healer Guru Buddha Ratna Sambhava in the form of yellow light and nectar. It fills our body, blesses us, revitalizes our qualities as we fully develop humility, not needing to compare oneself with others to see oneself, generosity of giving materially, of giving love, of giving protection, of giving the Dharma, the pure aggregate of sensation, and the wisdom of equanimity. Om Ratna Sambhava Hong, Om Ratna Sambhava Hong, Om Ratna Sambhava Hong, Om Ratna Sambhava Hong, Om Ratna Sambhava Hong. Lama Michel Dorje Kin. At the heart chakra, with the blessings of Supreme Healer Guru Buddha Kshobhya, blue in color with the mudra of stability, we eliminate all sicknesses related to our heart chakra and all negativities, especially hatred, anger, nervousness, anxiety, sadness, depression, and all sicknesses related to the heart chakra. We eliminate it all in the form of dark blue snakes, smoke, and dirt. We receive all the blessings of Supreme Healer Guru Buddha Kshobhya in the form of blue light and nectar. As it fills our body and blesses us, it regenerates our qualities as we fully develop love, compassion, patience, stability, spontaneous joy. Our mind in a pure state, the pure aggregate of consciousness, and the Dharma Dhatu wisdom. Our own mind free from defilements. Om Akshobhya Hong, Om Akshobhya Hong, Om Akshobhya Hong, Om Akshobhya Hong, Om Akshobhya Hong. Lama Dorje Kin. At the throat chakra, with the blessings of Supreme Healer Guru Buddha Amitabha, red in color with the mudra of meditative concentration, we eliminate all negativities related to our throat chakra in the form of dark red hands, smoke, and dirt, eliminating especially all our unlimited attachment, unlimited desire, insatisfaction, mental distraction, lack of concentration, violent speech, and all sicknesses. We receive all the blessings of Supreme Healer Guru Buddha Amitabha in the form of red light and nectar. It fills our body, blesses us, revitalizes our qualities, as we fully developed satisfaction, concentration, pure speech, the pure aggregate, and the wisdom of discernment. Om Amitabha Hong, Om Amitabha Hong, Om Amitabha Hong, Om Amitabha Hong, Om Amitabha. Lama Dorje Kin. At our crown chakra, with the blessings of Supreme Healer Guru Buddha Vairocana, we eliminate all negativities related to the crown chakra, especially our ignorance, the lack of inner space, mental closeness, the wrong view of oneself, the wrong view of reality, and all sicknesses related to the crown chakra we eliminate in the form of dark black peaks, smoke, and dirt. We receive all the blessings of Supreme Healer Guru Buddha Vairocana in the form of white light and nectar as it fills our body, blesses us, revitalizes our qualities. We fully develop wisdom, the correct view of reality, of oneself and phenomena, infinite inner space, the pure aggregate of form, our own body at all levels in a pure state, and the mirror-like wisdom. Om Vairocana Hong, Om Vairocana Hong, Om Vairocana Hong, Om Vairocana Hong, Om Vairocana Hong. In an instant, we appear as Buddha Vajradhara, the union of the 5 Dhyani Buddhas, in the hugging mudra, symbolizing that within the union of great bliss and emptiness, of love, compassion, and wisdom, as all our qualities are fully developed and every defilement eliminated, in such pure state of Buddhahood, there are no more enemies. We bring our attention to our central channel. White bodhicitta descends from the crown to the secret, and as it descends, we experience profound, great bliss that overwhelms body and mind. Then the red bodhicitta ascends from the secret chakra to the crown inside the central channel, overwhelming ourselves with great bliss. As we experience profound, great bliss that overwhelms body and mind, we can experience that nothing exists out of its own characteristics, as all is interdependent. Then the 2 energies, they unite at the crown, throat, secret, navel, and heart. And all our subtle energy winds and energies absorb into our own indestructible drop at our heart. We go into a deeper state of consciousness called clear light. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mahasukha 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 Hum. By the power of the truth, peace and bliss now and forever. Om Vishwa Shanti Hum. 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 From within the union of clear light and the illusory body, in a state of great bliss and emptiness, on a very subtle level, the whole universe around us remanifests as we appear with a gross body of light with one face and two arms, in order to interact and help sentient beings. We take refuge in the Guru, in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. As we see ourselves clearly as Guru Buddha, holding Vajra and bell with method and wisdom, we commit ourselves to uphold the teachings, the Dharma of Sutra and Tantra, and to help every sentient being with generosity and the other perfections. Lama kuncho sumla kyapsu chi rangni la se dotris Donga chosung nircho tada dom gecho kundu chishin rotunji dorna ditsu namkara gewetso chinye sakpa tei norbo panzo shambal harkene lame lamge rimpa tarchi shom Jetsun lame kutse rapten chi namkra chinle chokchur gepada losan tempe dreme sasumgi drove munse tato ne gyur chi kyewakunto yanda lamada drame cheki pela longche chi sadan lamge yente rabzone dorje change kopa nyurtob Sho nimo dele tsendele nime kuyan delekshin Ninsen takto delek pe koncho sumki chingi lob Koncho sumki ngodrubutsol Koncho sumki trashi shon At dawn or dusk, at night or midday, may the three jewels grant us their blessings. May they help us to achieve all realizations and sprinkle the path of our lives with various signs of auspicious. All'alba o al tramonto, di notte o durante il giorno, possano i tre gioielli concederci le loro benedizioni, possano aiutarci ad ottenere tutte le realizzazioni e cospargere il sentiero della nostra vita con molti segni di buon auspicio. De sol a sol, à noite ou ao meio-dia, possam as três joias conceder-nos suas bênçãos, possam as três joias ajudar-nos a alcançar todas as realizações, possam as três joias espalhar muitos sinais auspiciosos no caminho de nossas vidas. Al amanecer o al anochecer, por la noche o durante el día, puedan las tres joyas concedernos sus bendiciones, puedan ayudarnos a obtener todas las realizaciones y colmen el sendero de nuestras vidas con muchos signos de buenos auspicios. Pues les trois joyaux dispenser toute les réalisations, pues les trois joyaux. Signe de bon augure. Omahun Temba Lama Sangye Rinpoche, Kyoba Lama Tamcho Rinpoche, Tremba Lama Gendurim, Kyamne Kuncho Sumla Chepa. Buon appetito. So we conclude in this way for this session. It was not my initial intention to do the whole practice, but I was not able to stop myself at a certain point. So I thought it's better to make the complete cycle, okay? And sometimes it's better to experience together than to talk so much, okay? So we do the practice together. Okay? Buon appetito. Thank you.